Hello, CGD Lee, how are you? Alright, big boy. How you doing, Lee? You alright? And Chris, God, I have to sit through my own adverts now. Hang on a minute. Let me sort this out. That's good. I can mute myself now because I know the sound is working. How are you both doing? Hope you're alright. Oh, right, here we go. So let's talk about Midland Main line first. I did post it in your Discord actually, Lee. So I got early access to this last night, which is how I was able to put those two videos out this morning. So I was having a look round there, and then I saw on Fat Cat's stream this morning there was a few issues with various things on the PS5. So DTG have put an announcement on the forums to say that it's possible that there's something up with the PS5 version. They didn't say what, but they've noticed that PS5's having a bit of a different experience to everybody else. So I think, Lee, if you're going to play it on Xbox, it might look a little bit different to what you see here on the PS5. So DTG are looking into it, so they've acknowledged that there's probably some issues going on. So we'll try and look past it. I think I know what most of them are from just playing it. So we'll try and avoid them for now. It might be that another build comes for PS5 quite soon. Not sure. You know, that's happened before where they've uploaded the wrong build to Sony and it's gone live with the wrong build. I don't know. We'll see. They didn't say too much about it apart from the looking into it. But Laserjet, how you doing? Good to see you. King, welcome in. So I thought I'd give it a quick go. We'll see how it is, because generally I quite like it. I have to say, I thought I've gone into the journey mode, and I thought we'd do. It's very small, isn't it? This is journey mode. That's it. There's not a lot in there, is there? This is one of the scenarios. It's called Easy Trip. Clear signals all the way. The passengers hope so. So we'll try this one. This is in the 158. Let's give this a go, and we'll see how we get on. Yeah, you've been working all day and not had a chance to check the Discord. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, me too. In fact, I've knocked off slightly early so I can get started. Hey, Lucas, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome to Leicester Station. Your assigned train is waiting on platform 4. Head over, complete boarding, and you'll be ready to go. Alrighty, that's an HST just leaving. Just watch that go out first. Now there is a temptation to run across there, but of course, being safety conscious, I'm not going to do that. But oh, here's one of the collectibles. Tidy that up. There we go, all nice and neat. This is Leicester. SNCF, how you doing? Lee, you're in a shop. As I was explaining, the Xbox version is good. Well, I don't know if it's good, but it might be different to what you see here. This is the PS5 version. All they said was that they've noticed that PS5 users might be having a different experience. Oh, there's a hole there, look at that. They might be having a different experience to other platforms, that's all they said. So they were looking at that. And I'm going to go and get this other bin while I'm here. Is that normal? Just on one side? Don't know about that. These platforms still need to know where they are, don't they? Sophie, how you doing? Raging Potato, oh, you've had a good day? Yeah, how's yours? Not bad. Been working, so it could be slightly better, but we all have to grind, don't we? So here's the 158. Nice. Telling us we're going to Nottingham. Let's jump in and we'll have a look. The station looks very nice with the sunshine on it. It does, yeah. Yeah, you do have to press the pedal in the HST for the DST. Exactly right. Yeah, that's what I was saying on Fat Cat's stream before. It caught me out last night. when I first tried it. The circle isn't working on PlayStation. I'm also not keen on this. See this reflection? Right across the window. Not keen on that. Anyway, let's carry on. Right, master key on. Put it in forward. Well, we'll lock the doors in a minute once we've set up all this good stuff. We'll give it a quick test. Test OK. Let's make sure all the lights are on. Instrument lights are already on. Tail, we want that to day headlights. We'll open the window. Then across here. Put the safety systems on. Alright, I think we are ready to go. We'll lock the doors. Another bug you've reported is no option to sit as a passenger in the HSC. Oh, is there not? Okay, I've not tried that yet. You've picked it up this afternoon, Potato. You're on PlayStation, aren't you? Sounds like it's been recognised, so some of those niggles might disappear with a bit of a patch. By pressing SG at the signal, it tells the signal you're waiting at the signal. Oh, that's handy, isn't it? That's new, isn't it? SNCF, you could try guiding later. Yeah, there's that too. Yep. It doesn't really. I don't know if that really interests me though. I know some people will. Right, so we're off to Siston. I'm presuming that's how you announce that one. Siston. Is it very accurate sounding? I don't know. I can't remember the 158, how it sounds. I've not been near one for quite some time, but just looking down the forums and the discords, people are pretty pleased with the sound. Oh, yeah, there you go. Sophie's confirmed it. Yeah, I think all these things, Potato, have been mentioned. Yeah, I didn't get the trophy for the tutorial, and I saw earlier on Fat Cat's stream that the windscreen wipers weren't doing anything at all. So, did I say Siston? Yeah, is it Siston? Is it Syston? I don't know if it's Siston or Syston. It's probably Syston, isn't it? There's an HST coming in. So there's a few niggles with it, but I don't really want to dwell on the niggles if we don't have to, because the actual route itself, overall, is quite good. I think there's the niggles are. They're definitely things that they probably should have caught before they released it, but I don't know what it's like on Xbox or PC. Has PC gone live? I guess PC's just gone live, hasn't it? What, half an hour ago? But on the PlayStation, they're all kind of little bits of things. It's nothing I don't think that will cause them any pain to fix, and they could be fixed if we get on the right version. So, might be having a different experience, that's putting it lightly. There are some issues on Xbox. Oh, okay. And stand by SNCF, because when somebody makes a Northern Trains livery for this could be the new 150 that I run on every route. We just need the right. We just need the right livery creating. Oh, your game crashed as well. Right, well that's the point then. If it crashed, if I crash, the stream will go down because I'm streaming this directly from the PS5. I'm not using a capture card. So if it does go, I will restart it. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, that's a pain. Fibian, yeah. No, I can never leave the 150 behind. But if this one performs better than the 150, then this one might become my new favourite. They're very similar, aren't they? Pretty much exactly the same to drive. Codex, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming in. Shall we have a look outside? Because it's nice, isn't it? I can't help thinking these windows are also a bit too reflecty. Do you know what I mean? That reflection as I go fast down the side, that's not cloud. There is cloud there, but it's not. I don't know what it is. Even the reflection on the paint looks a bit too sheeny, if you know what I mean. Someone's took a cloth to it and give it a good wipe down. But we've got a station coming up, so that's the main job. So this is, I'm going to say Syston. I will get my revenge if this rumoured Preston to Blackpool route ever becomes a thing. I'm going to get my own back on some of you Southerners. Once you try to start saying Solwick and Poltonly Filed, I'll know if you're a northerner or not by if you can do it. The Macclesfield lads might be alright. They'll know it. Well, let's get these doors locked. Sileby. There's still a lot of people waiting there. What are they waiting for? Manchester people, kind of. We've got a couple of people from Macclesfield in, Codex and Lee from Macclesfield, not far from Manchester, so they should know the pronunciations. And Lytham as well, yeah, I forgot about Lytham. Lytham's another one. I'm waiting for any Lythams. Stockport, that's Manchester, isn't it? As good as. East Midlands. Yeah, Macclesfield. Greater Manchester, that's like Bolton, isn't it? I've been to Bolton this afternoon. Bolton. I went to pick up some parts for my... where's Crazy? Is he not in yet? He'd be pleased to know I've picked up some parts for my PC. I managed to get a 4070 graphics card, which I ordered yesterday. I think they've only been out a week, haven't they? So I've been to scan at Bolton this afternoon to pick that up. Macclesfield, yeah. Then one day she made it big when she won Miss Macclesfield. Do, 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 do. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. It's such a terrible impression, I probably won't. Xavier, how you doing? What a route. Can't wait to get it. The power station, I must admit, right, I looked at the power station last night and from a distance I saw it loading in, like you said, but the cooling towers looked like blobs. They didn't form into cooling towers until I got right up close, unfortunately, and I'm going to shoot for this little station. My word. That's a small station. Oh well, there you go. Route learning. That's what it's all about, route learning. Shall we go back? Make sure I don't go through a red signal, that's the thing. Come on, what do I need to reset? Oh, there we go. No, we're going. Hi, Dave. No, copyright won't find that, no. Cooling towers looked like they were melting. Exactly that, yeah. I think that's on all platforms as well. I thought it was just a PlayStation thing, but... Dave, you've been playing the route all day. How'd you find it? Because you're also on PS5, aren't you, as well? Yeah, Xavier, that's what we were just talking about, the power plant. Yeah. Why have they put massive HST trains on to stop at small stations? To give you an experience that real drivers don't get to do. Right, shall we do this properly now? We've got another barrow here, but it's not barrow and furnace. Barrow upon Soar. All the DSD issues on Xbox as well, is it? I've got you. I don't know how that... Is that... Why is that not picked up when it's tested? Is that because... No, there is testing done on Xbox, but... I'm trying to think if you... I mean, I don't use a keyboard with the PlayStation. I know some of you guys do, and with the Xbox. So... Do the testers use a keyboard? If they're testing it on console, are they using a keyboard? Are they cancelling the DSD with the keys? Because it doesn't work on the controller. And you can't fail to not test that, can you? If you're playing it with a controller, you can't fail to test it. So, I don't know. The beta testers don't use safety systems. Are you sure? How come? It doesn't make sense, does it? AWS stopped because it went off while you're outside the cab and couldn't reset it. Oh dear. I'm laughing, Dave, because I can imagine you kicking the TV in when you did it. Step 1, look left at the top of the screen. Step 2, miss a station. Step 3, blame it on us. Yeah. Well, there's another station coming now, so I'm going to make sure I stop at this one. Yeah, I don't know if it's meant to be blurry or not, but done it again, look. I'm going to have to get used to the length of these platforms, you know. I'm going to have to assume every platform is a train's length now, going forwards. Right, we'll try it again. Is that a signal? Is that signal going to block me if I go back now? That's the only problem. Let's just see. Could turn red and say I'm off path. See, turn red. I bet you I can't go through that. We'll see. Let's have a look. That is correct, Potato. There's always some kind of calamity. So HSTs are not stopping here, are they, Dave? Because it's only just big enough for this. Right, let's unlock the doors. Yeah, I bet I will have to start a new service because if that red doesn't clear, we could be waiting for a while. That's the only problem, isn't it, if you overshoot? If you go past the signal in front, it says you're off path. Oh, what's going on here? You're not allowed in there. Right, let's lock the doors. We'll ask the signaller if we can go through, but I bet it's going to tell me I'm off path. There you go. That's the one problem with this. Oh, going backwards. Look at this. Oops, I've put it in forwards. Not that it matters because we're not going anywhere, but yeah, if you go through a signal and it turns red, if you have to go back, if you overshoot, then you're stuck. Basically, that's the service over. So we can't go any further. That will never change. So I'm not going to restart that one. Actually, I'm going to do a different one. But that's not a problem with this DLC. That happens with any DLC if the signals are close together. You haven't blamed it on us. Nah, that was my own fault. I didn't realise these stations are so small. This is probably the first time I've been through some of these. I'm just going to pick a service now out of the list, I think. In fact, shall we do an HST one first? Let's do an HST one. I think this is wrong as well. These are not labelled, you see. I think one's a 6 and 2. One's an 8 and 2, if I remember rightly. Let's do this one. London St Pancras to Nottingham, 18th of April, clear weather. Oh, I didn't see that, Dave, sorry. Stuck in barrow, yeah, that's a nightmare, isn't it? You don't want to be stuck in the real barrow. Right, unlock the doors. I'm not going to put the DSD on because it's no fun. Keep doing this all the time, clicking the pedal when we want to be looking where we're going. So we'll put the AWS on because that works on the controller. Headlights we want on day and markers. Gauge lights down here. I think one of the other things I noticed is that the reverser is like it's stuck in glue. Oh no, it's doing it now. It was very, very slow yesterday when I tried to move it up to forward. I don't think I've had a patch since then though. Of course, Dave. Yeah, it's your birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Dave. I forgot about that. You treated yourself to this DLC, didn't you? Today, for your birthday. Have you noticed that as well? The doors don't close until you get near to them. See that? Anyway, we'll try and enjoy this one. Thanks for coming in though. I bet you've all been watching different streams all day. I know there's been quite a few of them, hasn't there, going on? I did think about leaving it until we found out, you know, what was going on with the PS5 version, see if there was any fix coming for some of these niggles. But then I thought, well, let's just talk about them anyway, and we'll just run a couple of services. But yeah, I think last night when I ran an HST service, I got somewhere around here, the DSD went off. I'm frantically pressing the circle, and I realised that it wasn't going to happen. Got emergency brake, but then I couldn't get it out of the emergency brake. Couldn't release the brakes at all. Yeah, alright, SNCF, yeah, thanks for coming in. You didn't want to get it until the sales. You didn't get the Scotland one, did you? The Glasgow Edinburgh, which actually I quite enjoy that one. Glasgow Edinburgh. It's worth taking a look at. Don't think it's worth recommending with the amount of bugs. I think they'll fix these ones quite quick though, Lucas, to be honest. The route itself, I know this sounds stupid, if everything's working, the route itself is alright. So I do think they'll fix the little niggles. Sophie, you've only been watching this one and Uncle Caravan's, yeah. Yeah, his was earlier today, wasn't it? You wouldn't recommend it, Dave? Would you recommend it if it was working perfectly, or do you just not like it, Dave? Is the day one patch supposed to come out today? Not sure, Sophie. They just said about an hour ago, I think it was. They just said they were looking at the issues. So it could be that there is another version. I suspect that's what it is. There's a newer version for PS5. The wrong one's gone on the feed. I bet. Be something like that. Still waiting for the sales, Dave, yeah. The distance rendering with the doors is noticeable on the N-Wagon carriages on Bureau Linker Ride Street. Oh, is it? I've not noticed that. I haven't noticed. Oh, you're 50-50, you just don't like it. That's interesting, that. you know, the amount of TSW you actually play, Dave. You know what you're talking about. Yeah, the day one patch, Sophie, normally they usually have that lined up as part of the main release, so you don't always know you're getting the patch. The version you get when you download it usually includes the latest version, including the patch. Unless they specifically said, we know about X and it'll be fixed, you know, a week after, but they were just calling it a day one patch, I'm not sure. Raven, how you doing? Good to see you. Sophie, in the main you bought it for the 158 after the letdown that's Rivet's 150/2, nothing like a Sprinter. Yeah, you see, that's the thing, you see, I'm fortunate enough to not know some of these trains in as much detail as you guys, so I understand where you're coming from when, you know, something's not quite right. Doesn't affect me as much. But I get you, yeah. And for 30 quid. The East Midlands trains, HST is growing on you. Yeah, I quite like this one. I prefer the sound on this one. Definitely prefer the sound on this one than the GWE one. That's for sure. Codex is lurking, no problem. Still takes its time though, this one, doesn't it, to get up to speed? I've noticed. Let's take a look outside. So we're stopping at East Midlands Parkway. So you're saying there's no passengers on East Midlands Parkway? That's right next to the power station, isn't it, that one? 11 miles time. The windscreen surround isn't done right. You mean on the outside or the inside? You mean this bit? Is that not shadow? Is that meant to be shadow? I don't know. Inside and the bottom, yeah, that bit. Yeah. None at all. Right. The 150, it felt like an insult because the 150 was your first ever train journey back in the regional railways days. Yeah, I've said it before as well. I remember the 150 and the Pacer very, very well because when I was a trainee, well, I guess they're called apprentices now, aren't they? But when I was a trainee on the railway, the 150s and the 142s are the trains I spent a lot of time working on because that was in the early 90s. So I was looking forward to, we haven't got a Pacer of course, but I was looking forward to the 150 when it came out. I think that's why I like it so much, and again, it's a long time since I've been on one. So, you know, I forget. The only thing I really remember about it is, you know, when you put it straight up into the top notch and the engine sort of roars as you leave a platform. I remember that, but I can't remember it with any, you know, sort of detail that you guys remember it with, if that makes any sense. Can you make another train to a Dukes of Hazzard? Well, we tried that on Fernbus, didn't we? It works on Fernbus. I don't know if it'll work on here though. The cream egg interior orange of the 150/2 back in those days. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I just remember the smell of the heaters from under the seats. That sort of heat mixed with a kind of dusty smell. The 150 certainly wasn't as clean on the inside as it is on Train Sim World. I'll tell you that much. Although the carriage cleaners did a fairly good job, but they were a bit grimy in places. Right, we've got 5.2 miles to go. You have the pacer on your line. When you get to speeds of 30, you bounce through the roof, touch your bottom on the tracks, and continue until you stop. They were quite bouncy, weren't they? They've even got seats like the old buses as well, haven't they? They've got a cult following though, haven't they, the Pacers? I'm sure a Pacer will, you know, make an appearance in Train Sim World at some point. There's money burning the hole in somebody's pocket there to produce that one. Right, I'm speeding. Did DTG use semigraph on the 158? Why did they not do the same for River 150-2? Yeah, good question. You'd start to slow down now, Lucas. Now we're right. 2.2 miles, look. We'll just coast it for a little bit. Right, there's the power station, just popped in on the right. So I'll just put the brakes in initial for now. .8, so I'll step it up another one. Now I think this platform is a little bit longer than those other ones, so I'm hoping we're okay. See that power station, that looks good when you're up close to it. There's probably going to be some DLC, isn't there, for that? It seems a shame to model it all like that and not use it, you know. Alright, Lucas, maybe you were right. Slightly over. Let's see if we do pick anybody up. Oh, there you go. They're all working at the power station there. So it's quite nice up close. Yeah, overshoot, yeah. That's only because I knew that this is not a passenger door. So I knew if I went past this little gate it'd be fine. Where's the airport? Is there an airport near here? Right, wait until... Really? 10:02? We were in good time. There's enough cooling towers, isn't there? Is it 6? No, there's 4 there. I'm going to assume it's about 8. Yeah, there's 4 there. There's 4 there. 8. The airport's a few miles away. Well, they shouldn't be going anywhere near these cooling towers anyway. Wherever they are, they're probably being routed around this power station. I don't think they'll fly over the top of it. Yeah, that's my excuse, Lucas, and I'm sticking to it. Right, we'll close the doors now, I think, being as nobody is wanting to jump on. "7.7 to Nottingham Station, platform 7. It does actually take a while for the brakes to come off. Does it take that long in the other HST? Can't remember. There probably isn't, Dave. Let's have a quick... Oh yeah, there is, look. They just didn't get on at this station. Wow, look at the glowing hair. Look at these guys. These people with the radioactive hair obviously work at the power station. There's some definite experiment going on there, nuclear power or something. There's quite a few people on. I just don't know where they got on. Ghosts, yeah, they're glowing, aren't they? Yeah, exactly that. So I think once we get to Nottingham, I think we will take one back. Actually, you know what? Shall we run the? Why don't we run the Class 37? Let's do one of those services. I know this route on launch day is really all about the HST and the 158, but let's try... oh, let me see if this clips. Look at this. I don't think it's meant to be that close, do you? And there's the Mr. Blobby cooling towers, look, you see? It's just a draw distance thing, isn't it? Close, it was a close shave, yeah. I noticed that when I ran it last night. Yeah, well, I think we'll run the Euro Phoenix Rail Operations Group. See what that's all about, because everybody's running the HST and the 158, but I don't think I've seen anybody run the freight stuff yet. Yeah, got a green now. Should we have a look at the map as well? It's about half an hour end to end, isn't it? I've not been everywhere yet on the route, so I need to do some. I need to do some exploring. You were saying about the collectibles before. You've only seen the bins. Are there no? What are the other ones? Are they posters and there's ticket machines, isn't there? I think there's ticket machines. There'll be route maps. I did see a ticket machine last night on one of the main stations. I don't know if it's Derby or Nottingham. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen a route map yet. You think Skyhook's best route is Horseshoe Curve? Yeah, Horseshoe Curve's quite good, yeah. You did a service from Leicester earlier and got a double green signal. Yeah, it can't be right, can it? Slow down at 1 mile, yeah. I don't want to do that. Go straight through. No, I've never seen a double green. Green is go, double green must be make sure that you go. Or something like that. Or go fast. Hello Tok, how you doing? Can you see the Great Central Railway from this route? I bet Sophie can answer that. I don't know the answer to that one. You've had double... Oh, you've had 2 yellow signals twice. A double yellow signal twice, right. Yeah. I did see one of the ambassadors had said he's on PC though, but he said he went through a yellow and got emergency braked through a yellow. Which isn't right. I mean, it was this route delayed? Was it meant to come out at a certain date and it got delayed? I can't remember. Am I thinking of another one? I'm just wondering. How many problems there was with it. Right, I've got a 40 coming up. That's why I'm getting a warning. It got delayed. Yeah. I thought so. I couldn't remember. We've had that many releases, haven't we? I mean, that's a good thing. I was saying it the other day that, you know, there's plenty of choice. Like you, Dave, you didn't pick up Glasgow, Edinburgh. I think you've picked up pretty much everything else, though, haven't you? So it's good that there's a choice. But yeah, I get confused which ones were delayed. I had a feeling it was this one. So I don't know what it was like before. Megasim said it should have been a February release. Yeah, I can't remember. That's quite delayed then, isn't it? If it was February, yeah, I didn't hear about it being February, but right, Lucas, just for you, I'm coming into this one very slowly. We're only due in what was that then? That was the TPWIS or TPWS? It's these grids, isn't it? Was I too fast? Tell me, Sophie. Sophie knows. How do I reset that? Reset the AWS. Wait until the penalty duration times out. Okay. TPWS. That's what I was trying to say. Right. How long do I wait? That's the thing. You switched off and back on again. Okay, let's try that. Rather than reset AWS, I'm going to turn it off. Then we will go to right, I'll turn that off. Lock the master key, do it again. Put it in forwards. AWS on. Brakes are still on, aren't they? Oh, you got to wait. How long is it you have to wait? Maybe I did this last night and I wasn't patient enough. Because I had the DSD problem last night where I couldn't reset it. Got an emergency brake. I sat around for a while and I thought I should have recharged by now and it just wasn't moving. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know how long I need to wait. The TPWS grids are sods at times. Yeah, there was one. Do you remember the one coming into Reading Station on the Great Western Express that was a problem for a long, long time? And it took ages, didn't it, to get that one fixed? That one was a real pain in the backside. You had to crawl in about 2 miles per hour if you wanted to carry on. We'll give it a couple of minutes, see if this brake does clear. I sat for ages last night and I couldn't get it to release. So then I was left thinking, is it bugged or is it meant to do this? Seems like forever for the brake needle to move around. Yeah, it's just not doing anything at the moment. Brake pressure is at 0.9, but it hasn't moved at all. We'll give it another minute or so. Don't need to leave it in neutral or anything, do I, whilst it's doing this? Dave, didn't work for you. Your brakes stayed on. You waited at least 5 minutes and gave up. Yeah, that's what I did last night, yeah. The TPWS grids trick is coming around 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. Yeah, I don't know. I was just telling Lucas I was coming in slow and then I got braked. That's just typical, isn't it? Get the 37 out and drag it in. Yeah. Does this hatch open, actually? I don't even know if it opens from the outside or whether there's is there a lever or a button inside that does it? Yeah, the brakes are not moving, are they? Train stop override. I don't think that's doing anything, is it? It's bugged. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like the brakes are in emergency. You put it, I'm going to regret doing this, but you put it into emergency, completely empty the brake pipe so it's at 0, then take it off, 2, 3, 4, it's going up, but I bet it stops at 9. 9 was as far as it got last time. We're only on 0.4 now. Once you click the train stop override, you cannot leave that position ever again. Yeah, it's not going, is it? Let's just try once again. We've got engine off. Lock that. See, the brake pressure is at 0.7 now. .8. Oh, it's going up, look. Look at the brake pressure. Let's try it. It's not quite high enough, is it? So what did I do then, which made the brake pressure go up to 1.4? Because it was on 0.9 for ages and 1.4 after we messed about. Did I? Was it when I had it in engine only? See, look, it's going up again. So, engine off. It's not moving. Back to forwards, and it goes up, look, it's going up. So it's like maybe it was switching the engine off. Yeah, it's the off and on. You're right about it being the off and on. But we've done that several times and it didn't do anything. Now look at it going up. Look at the brake pressure going up. You can hear it. You can hear the brakes coming off now. You can hear the hiss of the brakes. So I can't actually tell you what I did then. I can't tell you what I did. Apart from, as you said, Sophie, fiddle around with the... keep putting it in engine off. Engine off, back to forwards. Engine off, back to forwards. That's as clear as I can tell you. So now we can get to Nottingham. Don't ask me how, Lucas. I've no idea. I have no idea. You can replay this bit. If you get stuck with the same thing, just replay this little bit. I'm sure there's a proper technical explanation for recovering. And I did it by chance, but I can't tell you with any informed sort of, certainty. Welcome back, SNCF. Yeah, gonna have to have a practice with that, I think. I'll probably watch that back as well, just see keep an eye on that brake pressure, just see what I did. It was something to do with engine off and back to forwards, did it, but it took several goes. Putting it into engine off and forward once only got it so far. And the weather's changed a lot, hasn't it? Since we were sat there. Only 89 hours late, yeah. Yeah, so watch out for those grids on the way in, they'll get you. It's probably going to do the same thing now, isn't it? Because we're approaching a 15. That's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes you don't know whether you've hit a bug or it's working by design, or this is sometimes where we need a manual. And we have had manuals in the past, but you know, they seem to have been largely forgotten, I think. Northern in my head, so I can't be blamed for being late. Yeah, exactly. Right, well, let's not spad this, then at least we can say we've got to the other end. Eventually. What are we, 4 minutes late? Oh, it's going to crash.